Chap.
When you, Sydney's performance against Cal, what do you think was different about that for her than maybe some of her other outings so far this year?
I think the more opportunities she gets on the mound, the better. So right now, I just feel like she's really starting to get grounded with her pitches and with her mental side. So we want to give her as many opportunities as possible to stay in the game, to see what that looks like. Give her as many pitching opportunities as possible to help that cause.
You've had a lot of veteran pitchers that have come in and had a large inning load at a prior place, and that kind of gets chopped down a little bit early. Is that hard for them to make that adjustment sometimes, just being used to being called upon over and over again and then getting one or two opportunities a weekend early?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they grow up playing travel ball and being, the pitcher that carries so many innings. So I love Sam Landry, and she did a phenomenal job for us. I just don't want to put a pitcher through that. It's not good for us either. So we're really trying to have as many aces as we can get in one pitching staff.
Faber and then
obviously, we've asked you a lot about Kendall, but how locked in she was, the power that we saw from her consistently, and also just the rest of the at-bats that she strung together. What do you feel like is fueling that, and what maybe have you continued to learn about her this young in her career?
Yeah, if you sat and watched her, you would never believe that she was a freshman. She has some saltiness behind the plate. Like, she'll stand up and start throwing a third before an umpire even calls strike three, that kind of mentality, which I've got to talk to her about that. I'm glad I said that. It reminds me to talk to her about slowing down with that. She has a good rapport with pitchers for her age. Offensively, I've seen Jocelyn Allo, I've seen Lauren Chamberlain. This is something new. This is different. It is some of the most elite power I've ever seen from a young player. And she came in like that. It's not like we had to build her into that. She came in like that. Now she's getting all the hows and whys from JT, which are making a lot of sense to her. So hitting has become very easy to her.
What are some of those things that you're continuing to work on, not giving up any secrets or anything, but that you're continuing to sort of tweak in her game?
I think we're just trying to help her with posture sometimes, adjusting a few things here and there, mentality with two strikes. She's hard to strike out, but sometimes you could see her frustration get the best of her, and she'll waste that third swing. So she learned a lot this weekend, I thought. We faced some elite pitching, and so she got to see what that really looks like.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Patty, did you have any sort of message after Saturday when we saw the power barrage Sunday? Was there anything said following?
100% yes, there was. If you're going to lose to anyone, it should be my alma mater. But I didn't like that on the other side. But it is, if you think you can get away with playing average and thinking it's good enough to win and beat anyone, you're wrong. We didn't have the mentality, we didn't have the energy, we didn't have the focus, we didn't have, to be honest, a lot of leadership that's recognizing this and saying, stop this right now. So it was really kind of frustrating to watch that. And then the second game against Cal didn't go that much better. Same thing could have happened to us. So we just didn't have a good Saturday, and it was frustrating. And we talked about it, and it was more of like, we need to present who we are on Sunday. And it's a ranked team, it's Washington, and we have big history with. So it would send a message not necessarily to Washington, but to ourselves, that showing us how we have to come out and play every week. We could have fallen asleep from the last weekend. We got a lot of unworthy praise, and that showed.
And sort of off just a different topic, since Love's Field is open, has it been tougher to schedule non-conference opponents? I know you tried so hard with Marita Hines to try to bring people in. Is it tougher now that Love's is open?
It should be easier.
That's what I thought.
We all are thinking on the same. It should be easier because if, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself, if I saw that stadium, I'd say, I got to get in there. I got to get my camera. I got to see what's going on. I got to take this back to our people at